Small to medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, play a critical role in the development of any nation. With this in mind, the Kenyan government undertook to train entrepreneurs in the export trading. The first-year program had training on Kenyan export trade and on-site consulting.
Drogba, when they were in the final of the Champions League, he was interviewed and he said that when they were only 2 minutes to the final whistle and they were 1 goal down, he believed. And within the 2 minutes, he scored. And in the extra time, he caused a penalty, the same guy. And now, the same guy who had done so good was about now to be the bad guy. But he believed, and the penalty was saved. And when he was given the last kick to determine who would take the champions, he believed, and he scored. And now they are the champions of the Europe. So even us guys, we just need to believe that Kenya can be the dream team of Africa. So I believe all the mates which are here, if we join hands, we work as a team, I believe this one will be a reality. But the problem we have is that we want to do the same thing the same way, but we expect different results. Same thing, same way, but expect what? Different results. It cannot work. It's high time now we look at things from different perspectives. And that's why in my concept, which I'm going to share with you, my curriculum of production management and quality assurance, I always start with a very simple concept we call paradigm shift. Because when we go to the SMEs there, the way you just find things, how they are doing things in a very odd way. But they're expecting to grow. It cannot work. You have to shift your paradigm. I'm going to take you through my presentation in terms of curriculum which we have developed for the SMEs in Kariobangi. Initially, the curriculum was very, very complicated because it had been designed in a way like targeting big companies with very intelligent people and all this. But when we looked at it, we realized that the target group, that small, the SMEs, could not really understand this. SMEs do not want very complicated things. They don't want fancy things. They want something which they can be able to apply in their business. And that is what we have been trying to endeavor in the last 3 years, to ensure that the curriculum we have is something we can teach in class and transfer the same information on the shop floor. Because there is something you can teach in class, and then when you go to the shop floor, even you become confused. But if you have a simple and practical curriculum, it will be very simple for them to appreciate it fast, because they are going to understand. If I teach you something and you don't understand in class, even if I do a follow-up to you in your SME or in your area of operation, it will be very, very hard for me to convince you it is going to work. But when I come up with a very simple concept, which I can clearly show you that it can be able to apply to your business and make it grow, it will be easy for them to appreciate. We have been able to shift the paradigm of people whereby you find that the owner cannot participate in cleaning. But when it comes to the 5S or the 5K, it is the responsibility of everybody to be involved. So those are the simple things we want to change in the mind of the people. I'm saying that, as I said, we cannot be able to do the same thing the same way and expect different results. So if we want our SMEs or our premises to be clean, if we want them to be well organized, who should lead the way? The owner. But if you say, cleaning is not my job, that one is for the small person, is he going to do it? He's not going to do it because also you are not doing it. But if you show the example that when you come to the office, the first thing you do is to do the 5S. Organize your file. Just put your table in order. So even if the small person in the shop floor come into the office and see how organized it is, he gets challenged and he do replicate the same on his working area. So it is a way of telling people, change from the way you have been doing things. Look at the employee as one of the key input in your business. You're looking at the employee in terms of his qualification, in terms of his knowledge about the job, in terms of his availability, in terms of his involvement. So look at it from all the angles. When I'm looking for a person to employ, exactly what am I looking in that person? What are the characteristics I'm looking at? Then, we have realized in Kariobangi and most of the SMEs, not only in Kariobangi, the issue of human resource development is very poor. Because most of the people, you just take a guy in the morning, in the evening you pay him, and there is no any connection between the business and the person. Because once he leaves, tomorrow he can go to somewhere else. That's something we want to change. Because for a business to go, there must be an attachment between the person who is working and the business. They should own the business. Unless there is that ownership, To grow a business will be very difficult. Because I come today, even if I mess, tomorrow I can go somewhere else. So when we went to one of the SME there, we found that everybody had left job. It's like he had sacked everybody. But when we did a YYR analysis, we found that the people were totally demoralized. There was no any connection. People were feeling that there is no any connection between us and the business. Communication was very poor. So we had to come up with a way of ensuring that we attach the people to the business. And we started with a very simple thing of induction training. I know in many companies, even in big company, you just come today, you are told to start working, which is very, very wrong. You are supposed to have a very simple curriculum on inducting person in your business. Let them understand the rules and the regulation of the business. Let them understand what is required of them. Let them understand the system and the structures of the company. There is no way you can just tell somebody, come today and start working. Even in our houses, when you get a house girl, you cannot just tell her to start working. You have to show her where the drawers are, where the clothes are kept, where you wash the clothes. Those are simple things, but they are very, very, very important. So when we're talking about productivity, we are looking at how efficiently are the SMEs using the input or the resources they have so that they can be able to get the maximum output. For us to be effective, for us to have efficiency working environment, we must try and identify all the things which can hinder us from becoming effective or efficient.